Get yourself settled. We're going to start on our back today. Love that. So wherever you are, if you're in your bed or you are in on the floor, on the mat, it's all good. Find a nice, juicy, sweet space on your back. I will join you. And so, actually, I'm going to pull my mat out a little bit. So as you come onto your back, have your arms like a T or like a cactus, depending upon the room, the space that you have. And open your feet wide, maybe a little bit wider than your hips, and bring your knees together. This particular pose, if you're feeling particularly anxious, nervous, or unbalanced, if you will, is super helpful. And actually, we're not going to do it now, but taking a strap and strapping the upper parts of the legs right by the back of the knees just to anchor yourself is extremely nourishing. So if you ever need this pose, I encourage you to take that. But for now, we're just going to do it without the strap, being on the bed or the mat, and just come to a soft space here with awareness of your breath. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself to feel how you feel right now. So we're just, before we do anything, before we stretch the body, before we control the breath, just taking a few moments to simply assess how you are in this moment. Noticing the rise and the fall of the breath as the breath breathes you. Noticing any particularly loud sensations in the body as you lay here in stillness. Noticing any particular recurring thought vibrations happening. Know that all the things that happened today, well, they're done. The things that happened today or before this moment are memories. And memories are products of thinking, of the mind. They're not real. What's real is this moment now. You here now. And so begin to solidify your relationship with what's real. This moment now. And feel the center of your chest. Notice the rise and the fall of your breath. And together we will form our sankalpa for this evening's practice, our intention, our dedication, our desire. And so as we do before every practice, take a moment and establish this sankalpa in your mind. It could be the same one every night. It could be a different one every night. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it resonates with you in the deepest parts of you. And so as this sankalpa is formed, distill it into a statement that is in the present tense. And say that statement to yourself 3 times. And with each time, feel as if you're placing it softly in the center of your heart, offering the sankalpa into the depths of your heart. And then begin to lengthen your breath here. Begin to inhale a completely smooth, sweet, long inhale until you can't inhale anymore. And exhale, smooth, complete exhale until you can't exhale anymore. Really bringing yourself into awareness and control of the longest and deepest breath you can breathe in this moment. Don't force it. Just explore your capacity for bringing breath into your body in a relaxed way and letting the breath leave the body completely in a relaxed way. Take a few rounds here and get real curious as to how that feels for you right now. And one of the most powerful and healthful breaths that we can do is an even breath on the 5 count. Actually, studies have shown it's 5.5, but we'll hang out at 5 because that's beneficial too and easier to count. And so simply begin to inhale your count of 5 and exhale your count of 5. And explore your ability to make your length of breath, your big capacity for inhale and your big capacity for exhale, that breath you just explored, match that with a count of 5. And notice if you're pausing at the top or at the bottom of your breath. And don't pause. So your breath is very circular. As you inhale, the inhale completes and then it just ebbs right down, like waves of an ocean, right? So one wave, the wave comes to shore and then it recedes. The breath rises and then it falls. It rises and then it falls. There's no pause here in this breath. And we're going to keep this breath throughout our stretches, only letting it go when we start to come into our Nidra experience. So keep going with this count as you passively listen just to the instructions for stretching the body. And we'll simply begin here just by turning the head from side to side. So keep your breath going on the inhale and the exhale with the 5 count. And just begin to turn your head from side to side, like you're saying no. Bringing the left ear towards the floor, and then turning your head and bringing the right ear towards the floor. And just taking that back and forth motion. Noticing how the neck feels. Noticing also anything about the jaw and the heart that might be responding to this simple motion. And then gently come back to center. And keeping your arms as a cactus, we're just going to lie on the back with eagle arms. So bring your forearms so they are closer together. So plop, this is good yoga instruction, place your right elbow on top of your left. Cross the forearms and connect the palms. So this is super interesting expression of eagle arms, I think, because the back is still pressed on to the earth, and you can really feel how the shoulder blades respond to this pose with the back of the head and the shoulders on the earth. So notice if your hands are dipping close to your face. Send the hands away from your face. So the forearms and the hands are parallel to the earth. In a very gentle way, not with all of your effort, but gently send the elbows away from your heart, the wrists away from your face. The back of the neck is long. And your 5 count breath is present here. Inhaling 5, exhaling 5. Taking a few rounds of breath with in this pose. And keeping your round of breath steady, just unwrap your arms and then bring them back to that original cactus position. And then once again, turn your head from side to side. Very gentle, very mindful motion. And then coming back to center, bringing your forearms up, and then eagle arms on the other side, left elbow on top of the right, bringing your eagle arms to the other side, noticing any change of sensation here as we're working the shoulders differently with a different elbow on top. Feel the back, the upper back, feel the back of the head. And then feel the elbows gently reach away from the sternum, creating maybe a little bit more stretch and space in that area in between the shoulder blades and the neck. Inhale 5, exhale 5. Keep that breath going if you can. And then gently release the hold of the hands and the cross of the forearms and bring the arms back to the position where they started. And then start to bring your feet towards each other and then separate the knees a little bit so the legs, knees, and feet are all within the distance of the hips as best you can. And just gently begin to rock your pelvis as you send your pelvis, the tailbone down. Feel the lower back lift. And then as you send your tailbone up, feel the pelvis tilt and the lower back press on the earth. And just explore this gentle massage motion of the lower back, sending the tailbone down and the belly lifts and the back lifts. And the tailbone up sends the pelvis into a tilt, which presses the lower back down. Go through that action, little pelvic tilts a few times. Very nourishing, very sweet. And then come back to a neutral space where you can feel your sacrum grounded, but the lower back it's not pressed down, but it's not a giant curve. It's somewhere in the middle. It's lifted. It's a natural curve of your lumbar spine. Keep that natural curve even as you start to straighten your right leg. And as you straighten that right leg, just flex the heel and then change the position of your arms so you're wrapping your fingers around the back of that right leg. So we're just going to get into the hamstring here. Bringing that right thigh closer to your right side body. Depending upon your flexibility and how you feel today, you can slide your hands up the leg, holding where it feels interesting. Well, there's fireworks by me, and I'm not sure if you could hear that. Sorry if you can. Yeah. Happy Juneteenth. And And breathe into that stretch. And then take that right ankle to the top of the left thigh. And bring that left thigh in. So I'll thread the needle. I will probably do this every night together. I do this every night. And it just, I don't know, it just feels good before I sleep. And I rock a little bit when I'm in this pose. So I welcome you to do the same, just rocking from side to side, massaging the lower back. Maybe giving a little bit more of a stretch to that right hip. It's nourishing. Be sweet about it. Not the deepest stretch you've ever had, but useful, gentle. And if you lost it, coming back to that 5 count breath. Inhale 5, exhale 5. And then gently release that left leg and bring it back to the floor. Uncross the right leg. And then change sides. Bring that left knee in. Interlace the fingers around the back of that left thigh. And then start to straighten that left leg. And getting into the hamstring on the left side. Sliding the hand up the left leg. Any amount's okay. Right? How do you feel today? Taking your time to explore what giving yourself a little bedtime stretch means for you tonight. Inhaling 5, exhaling 5. And then gently bend that left knee, placing the left ankle on top of the right thigh, and then lifting the right thigh into the body, interlacing the fingers behind it, giving yourself a little stretch, the left hip, situating yourself here. This is a tighter side for me, so it takes me a few breaths to settle. So notice if that's the case for you, if it takes you a few breaths to settle into the feeling where the pose is stable. And then if that's the case and it feels good, rock from side to side. You don't have to rock if you don't want to. But notice if it feels good. You could try it. Very comforting. Rock yourself here like you would rock a baby. We often don't think to nurture ourselves in the same way that we nurture others. And so I encourage you to think about how you can do that in big and little ways. And maybe just a simple little way right now is just to rock yourself from side to side. And then still that motion. Release that thigh. Then bring the left foot back to the earth. And open the feet once again. Bring the knees together. And then have your arms once again like a cactus or a goalpost, however you like to think about it. And send both knees to the left. Both knees to the right. And make sure the feet are wide here. So the feet are in fact wider than the knees when you come back to center. And we'll take two different twists this evening. So send both knees to the right. Then pause for a moment. And recheck that the feet are relatively far apart. And if you can, lift up your right foot and place it on the outside of your left knee. And this just deeply stretches the left waist, at least for me it does, right into the psoas muscle. And just let the weight here of that right leg give a little bit more loving stretch to that left side and breathe. Inhale 5 and exhale 5. And then gently releasing that right foot, lifting the knees back up, coming to center and just reestablishing the width of your feet so they're wide. And then sending both knees to the left. And lifting that left foot, placing it to the outside of the right knee. And laying that a little heavy there, feeling that stretch. For me, it's in the right psoas and the right hip. And breathe. In 5 and out 5. When we allow our breath and our body to settle, it's so nourishing for the nervous system. We can handle firecrackers and sounds that may sort of stress out our nervous system on other times. Yoga is good for all sorts of things, right? Come back to center. Unravel that leg, and then once again, bring your feet within the distance of your hips. Just gonna roll a little bit with our bridges. I want you to inhale and just gently lift your hips up. And then gently lift your hips down. See, if you'd like to move really slow and correspond your 5 count breath with this action, be my guest. Inhaling up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then lowering down, exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just do 3 or so, and then inhale again. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lowering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 2 more, and then begin to lift as you inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lowering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a moment, seeing how this feels as you release the body onto the earth. And we'll do 1 more pose or 2 more poses. Lift your hips up a little bit. We'll take a twist. Bring the hips to the left. Knees together. And bring both knees to the right, twisting to the right. And take your right hand to the outer edge of the left thigh. And make sure that left shoulder's grounded, the left arm's grounded. And gently turn your head to the left as if you were gazing over your left shoulder. Coming back to that breath. Inhale 5, exhale 5. And gently releasing that. Going back to center. Lifting the hips up a little bit in the middle, shaking them out. I love to do that. Releases tension in my tush, my lower back, and then send both hips to the right and both knees to the left. Twisting in the other direction. Left hand to the outside of the right knee if you like that expression. Right shoulder grounded, gaze to the right. Inhale 5, exhale 5. And beginning to release your hand. Coming back to the center with your hips. One last time, lift both hips up and shake them out a little bit. And then lower the hips back down and bring your knees in. And as you bring your knees in, wrap your hands around the shins and squeeze them in and rock a little bit from side to side. And feel the lower back massaged here. And then come back to center, open the knees, reach to the inside of the knees to catch your toes or the outside of your feet, taking a happy baby. So your knees draw towards the earth on either side of your torso and the soles of the feet reach up. And here the lower back is flat on the ground, so you can really feel an ironing out of the four curves of the lower of the spine, and rock a little bit again from side to side. See how this feels. And then begin to release what you hold with your hands, releasing your legs, bringing the feet flat on your bed or your earth. And then begin to straighten your legs. Start to let that count go. As the legs straighten, let the feet relax. Press the back of the head gently into the bed or the mat. Lift the heart up, roll the shoulders down the back, and then have your arms long by your sides, palms facing up. And allow yourself a few moments of awareness of yourself here. Notice how you feel without any particular breath count. Feel your body, your entire body. We're going to do a Yoga Nidra, a little combined chakra cleanse today, using light and color, a visualization of light and color as we scan the body. And so please bring your attention to your right foot and imagine a red ball of light tapping and buzzing each place, each part of the body that I call out. So as I call out a part of the body, imagine that part of the body is pulsating with red light. Red light pulsating in your big toe on the right foot. And the next toe. And the third toe. And the fourth toe. And the pinky toe. See a red orb of light. Feel it at the sole of your right foot and the top of your right foot. Your whole right foot is a red orb of light. Your right shin, your right calf, your right knee, your right thigh, your right hip, your entire right leg from the toes to the hip is a ball of red energy. Red energy pulsing, vibrating. Visualize a red orb of light in the left big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth, and the pinky toe. Feel the sole of the left foot vibrating in a red orb of light. The top of the left foot vibrates red light. The whole left foot vibrates a red orb of light. The left calf, the left shin, knee, the thigh, the hip, the whole left leg from the toes to the hip is a red orb of energy. And feel both legs at the same time vibrating red orb of light. Legs, red energy, grounded, heavy legs. Feel your pelvis and the pelvic cup. Feel the space in between your legs, the base of your spine. Feel the internal organs held by this pelvic cup, and imagine an orange orb of light pulsing here. Hips, lower belly, base of spine, orange, vibrating orb of light. Feel your belly button. And imagine a yellow orb of light pulsing in the center of your navel. Feel the internal organs, your stomach, your large intestine, small intestine, liver, all organs in the abdominal cavity vibrating bright yellow light, bright like the sun. Feel the belly pulsing with this light. Feel your lower back pulsing with this light. Bright yellow light, belly, back. And feel the center of your chest, your ribs, your sternum, the lungs, the heart. Imagine a green orb of light pulsing in the center of your heart, throbbing green like the earth, grass, and the trees. Feel this green orb of light spread to the shoulders. Feel the light of the shoulders. And specifically bring your attention to the right shoulder. And the right upper arm, green, spreading down the arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm of the right hand, green orb of light, back of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, pinky finger, ring finger, green orb of light in the palm of your right hand, green light that is your right arm, fingers, shoulders, sternum, heart. Left shoulder, green orb of light. Left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, wrist. Green orb of light in the palm of your left hand, the back of your left hand. Left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. Green orb in the left hand. The left hand is a green orb. From the hand to the shoulders, green vibrating light. Feel both hands green and vibrating, both arms green and vibrating. Spacious, bright. Feel the shoulders and the back of the body. Green, vibration, light. Feel your throat. A light blue orb of light in the center of your throat. And the neck and the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. Feeling this light blue light spread to the jaw. Feeling the light blue like a sweet salve spread to the lower jaw. The teeth, the tongue and the mouth, the roof of your mouth, the lips, and your ears, your nose, the whole physiology of your nose and your throat, the back of the mouth, blue, like the color of a sky on a bright summer's day. Vibrating blue, pulsing with clarity and space. Feeling this color begin to morph into an indigo. The eyes are like indigo orbs. The brow, beautiful indigo pearl at the center of the third eye. The forehead is blue, is indigo. Feeling the third eye pulsing with deep indigo light. And feeling the crown of your head, the deep violet. Like a halo floating above your head, this orb of violet light, pulsing like a guardian angel, like your highest self. Feeling this violet orb of light begin to descend down through the crown, enlivening and exploding in health and vitality. Each of the chakras as it descends, violet light combining with indigo light, expanding the indigo light of the brow. Violet light descending to the throat, expanding the light blue light around the throat and the mouth and the nose. Violet light descending and merging with the energy of the heart, green orb of light exploding in brightness and vitality. Violet light descending, combining with the yellow orb at the third chakra, expanding and brightening and healing. Descending further, combining and merging the violet light with the bright orange light of the second chakra, balancing and nourishing. Descending still, violet combines with red, exploding in healing energy of the first chakra. Feeling all chakras balanced. All physical manifestations of the chakras balanced. All emotional manifestations of the chakras balanced. All psychological manifestations of the chakras balanced. Mind, body, spirit matrix balanced. With this balance, body is heavy, body is deeply relaxed. Mind is spacious. Emotions are calm. Body is rested and ready for sleeping. Body is rested. Mind is rested. Body is heavy. Body is sinking. Mind is sinking closer towards sleep. Deeper into relaxation. Deeper into rest. Deeper into sleep. Sweet dreams and good night.